Okay, so kind of off topic, but not really because we're talking about money. Did you know that Canadian money was waterproof? You might be kind of on the fence about having children. I went to my Instagram and asked you guys what you loved about being child-free. And if you're not following me on Instagram, here's where you can find me. Money. Yeah, money's a big thing. Kids are expensive. Even when you get to the point where your child is a grown up, I mean, maybe sometimes they'll still need things. It's expensive to live. So there is definitely less money when you have children. So if you are looking for a little bit more financial freedom, not having kids may be the way to go. I mean, you still have to have a budget and try to spend your money wisely, otherwise you won't have any money. But yeah, it's an expense that you wouldn't have. Okay, so kind of off topic, but not really because we're talking about money. Did you know that Canadian money was waterproof? I'm gonna show you. Bill is still crisp and good as new. Sorry about that, Queen Elizabeth. Oh, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Hannah, the wife without kids. This channel is all about offering a supportive and non-judgmental community for those who have made the choice to not have children. Staying up late and not having to get up early the next morning, that is a massive, massive plus. Now, I'm not really a night owl. I actually like going to bed earlier, but my husband loves staying up late and then just sleeping in the next day. And I can imagine if we had kids, I would be the one staying up late and then the next morning I'll be the one having to get up for the crying child while he's snug as a bug in bed. Also, taking naps. Traveling as much as I want. Oh, I totally agree with the traveling part. I love traveling. Well, my husband and I love traveling. We love just doing little getaways on the weekends, you know, not too far away from where we live. And then we also like doing, obviously, long trips where we're gone for a couple weeks at a time. It's easy just to decide you're leaving for a weekend, grab a bag, throw some stuff in, and then hit the road. Whereas with a child, you're gonna need a whole lot more than just a bag. I mean, and I don't even pack light. I probably take like 2 or 3 bags for like a 3-day trip. I'm kind of a heavy packer. I'm one of those people that pack everything, including the kitchen sink. If I was packing for a family, the getaways would have to be planned long in advance, and then I'd be packing half the house. That's probably why people have fifth wheels and travel trailers, so they can pack a lot more stuff in there when they go away for a weekend. The ability to get up and go anytime, wherever. Very true. Next up, freedom and flexibility. I think when you get used to having that freedom and flexibility and being able to go whenever you want and come whenever you want and being able to just change things last minute, you can't imagine your life not being like that. And not that people with kids can't do that, but I think it would be a lot more challenging and a lot more difficult to do that. Yeah, there's more free time. Obviously, some people wanted to remain anonymous, so that is why you will not see names attached to some of the feedback. Although I will say, I think you can be more flexible with what you're doing in your time, but I actually feel like even though I don't have kids, I don't feel like I have a lot of free time, which is my own fault, but I do love working and keeping really busy, especially now it's spring cleaning season, so I'm like spring cleaning like crazy. And my spring cleaning pretty much lasts throughout the entire year, so it never really ends. It just keeps going. What do you love most about the child-free life? Let me know. Put it down in the comments below. Sometimes when I talk to parents that were married for several years before they started having children, they said, wow, we don't know what we did before we had kids. We had so much free time. And that's probably true to a point, but I also think that you can be involved in a lot when you don't have kids. I feel like I'm involved in a lot of things that maybe if I had kids, I probably wouldn't be. Peace and quiet. I love when things are quiet. I mean, I'm kind of a quiet person by nature. I'm fairly introverted, and I have 3 sisters, so I don't actually think our house was quiet. I'd have to ask my mom about that, but I'm pretty sure we were, noisy. We were kids. But once you're an adult and you live without the noise of children, you just get used to the quiet. Some people have said to me, isn't it so quiet at your house? Like, doesn't that make you lonely? But it doesn't to me. Like, I just love things being really quiet. The cats obviously scrap around sometimes, so they can make a little bit of noise. But overall, if you just have 2 grown adults doing their thing, it's not really noisy. I don't really think adults are that noisy. To a family who is used to noise and bustling and activity, it would probably be deathly quiet here. My husband and marriage will always remain my #1 priority. Yeah, I am gonna say I agree with this so much. I feel like in this sense, my husband and I have been really fortunate. I feel like as a couple, we've spent so much time together. We're each other's best friends. I mean, we spend time with other people too, but we actually enjoy each other's company. Being able to spend that much one-on-one time with someone is either you grow closer or you start really disliking each other. I actually saw a really funny meme the other day about quarantine time and how couples are like having to spend more time together. you actually start liking them a lot more and you're just like, oh my goodness, I'm so in love with this person, or they start really irritating you. Some couples are probably super excited to be able to spend more time together now because, well, quarantine. Life is pretty flexible when you don't have kids. You can kind of come and go as you want, and you can change your schedule pretty much at the drop of a hat. It's a lot easier when you have two adults and you're switching up the schedule between two adults rather than when you have two adults plus children that may or may not have a different schedule than you. And it's not always easy when you have small children to change schedules because babies or small kids often run well on schedules, or so I hear. The next person said, freedom to focus on my business. I can imagine running a business is a lot of work. So if you can kind of take all of your focus and all of your energy and put it into something like running your business, that would be a massive plus. And not having kids lets you focus evenings, weekends, or extra time to grow and be successful. What do you love about being child-free? Everything. Also, being able to come and go without worrying about another human being. And the running theme is freedom. Freedom over time, freedom to be spontaneous, freedom financially. Choosing to live child-free can come with a lot of pros, but it also comes with some criticisms. Check out this playlist that appears right here for some criticisms about my child-free life.